Welcome to your daily stock market summary from MarketSnap. Hey everyone, I'm thrilled to be back with you to break down an absolutely wild start to 2026 in the markets. We've got geopolitical shocks, sector surges, and some serious volatility to unpack. So let's dive right in with the biggest story of the day. Kicking things off, the U.S. military's capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro over the weekend has sent shockwaves through global markets. This unexpected move by the Trump administration has sparked a flurry of reactions, with energy markets particularly in focus due to Venezuela's massive oil reserves. While some analysts are buzzing about potential opportunities for U.S. oil companies to step in, others caution that it'll take years and billions in investment to see any real impact on global supply. For long-term investors like us, this is a classic case of short-term noise with long-term potential. Keep an eye on energy plays, but don't rush in just yet. Now, let's check the pulse of the major indexes. Despite the geopolitical drama, U.S. markets showed resilience today. The Dow Jones soared over 1%, smashing past the 49,000 mark for the first time, fueled by optimism in energy and defense sectors. The S&P 500 also notched a solid gain of around 0.5%, while the Nasdaq climbed nearly 0.75%, with tech holding strong. The Russell 2000 outperformed with a jump of over 1.5%, showing small caps are still in the game. Volatility ticked up slightly, but overall, the market shrugged off the Venezuela news with a bullish tone. Zooming in on the S&P 500, we're seeing a continuation of last year's momentum, though some experts are waving caution flags. Analysts point to robust earnings growth and favorable economic conditions as tailwinds, but technical indicators suggest a correction could be looming in 2026. For us long-term players, this is a reminder to stay diversified. Don't get too caught up in the day-to-day swings, but be ready to capitalize if a pullback offers buying opportunities. Over on the Nasdaq, tech remains the heartbeat of the rally. Despite whispers of an AI bubble from big names like Ray Dalio, demand for tech shares hasn't wavered. With events like CES 2026 kicking off, where leaders from NVIDIA and others are speaking, we could see more catalysts for tech in the short term. As long-term investors, it's worth watching if this AI enthusiasm holds or if value hunting elsewhere might pay off soon. Let's talk winners for the day among large caps. Tech and financials dominated the gainers list, with standout performances from companies like Applied Materials and Shopify, both jumping over 5%. Mercado Libre stole the show with nearly a 9% surge, showing strength in e-commerce. These moves signal confidence in growth sectors, and for us, it's a nudge to keep some exposure to innovative names even as we balance with steadier picks. On the flip side, not everyone had a great day. Some big names took a hit, with AbbVie sliding around 4% and Comcast dropping nearly 5% after a rocky debut for its spin-off, Versant. Energy names like Canadian Natural Resources also saw declines despite the Venezuela buzz, down over 6%. These dips could be short-term noise, but they're worth monitoring for potential value plays if fundamentals hold up. Checking the most active stocks, NVIDIA continues to draw massive attention, though it edged down slightly today. Intel held steady, while SoFi Technologies popped over 6%, reflecting strong retail interest. These high-volume names often signal where the market's emotion is focused, and for us long-term folks, they're a reminder to look beyond the hype and focus on underlying business strength. Among the key market movers, Tesla caught eyes with a 3% gain, shrugging off recent delivery concerns. Amazon also moved up nearly 3%, showing resilience in consumer spending expectations. Meanwhile, Apple slipped over 1%, a small blip in an otherwise strong tech landscape. These movers highlight the mixed signals in the market. Growth is there, but selectivity is key for us. Looking at the past week's top large-cap gainers, Baidu led with a stunning 21% rise, followed by FTI Aviation at over 20%. Intel also made the list with nearly a 9% weekly gain, showing chip stocks are still hot. These short-term sprints are exciting, but for our long-term strategy, they're more about spotting trends than chasing quick wins. On the weekly losers side, AppLovin and Palantir took big hits, down 15% and nearly 14%, respectively. Tesla also struggled with a near 10% drop over the week, reflecting ongoing delivery worries. These pullbacks might spook short-term traders, but for us, they could signal opportunities if the company's long-term stories remain intact. Shifting to sector performance over the past week, industrials crushed it with nearly a 13% gain, while energy rose over 2%, no doubt tied to the Venezuela news. Basic materials and consumer cyclical also saw positive moves. These sector shifts can guide our portfolio allocations, especially if energy continues to heat up with geopolitical developments. On the weaker end, healthcare lagged with a drop of nearly 1%, and consumer defensive also slipped. Financial services barely stayed flat, showing some hesitancy in that space. While we don't overreact to weekly sector moves, it's a heads-up to reassess exposure to underperforming areas over the longer haul. Now, let's peek at the earnings calendar for this week. It's a lighter slate, but we've got names like Resources Connection coming up on Thursday. Last week, we saw some reports from smaller players like Limonera and Ennis, though no major surprises shook the market. For us long-term investors, earnings season is always a chance to gauge the health of our holdings, so stay tuned for any big reveals.
Get exclusive AI summaries of every earnings call. No more reading hours of transcripts. Access revenue segmentation, 5-year analyst estimates, SWOT analyses, and full financial statements. Plus track upcoming earnings, dividends, and market events with MarketSnap's calendar app. Create a free account at MarketSnap.com. MarketSnap brings everything long-term investors use daily into one clean, fast platform. Explore stock financials, SWOT analysis, valuation ratios, 5-year analyst estimates, and our intrinsic value calculator, built with real fundamentals, not hype. All in a layout that's simple to read and ridiculously fast to navigate. And when you want to talk investing, join Nexus, our community where investors share valuations, posts, and stock discussions, all connected directly to the data. Use our Stock's Intrinsic Value Calculator to run and save real valuations with no spreadsheets. Share your analysis and valuations with others in the Nexus community. Get daily market summaries in video, audio, and article formats. Track the market with our earnings, dividend, and economics calendar. Our homepage gives you a real-time market overview with interactive heat maps, top market movers, and major index performance at a glance. Track daily performances, discover the most active stocks, and analyze performance across different timeframes, from weekly to yearly trends, and see which industries are leading or lagging. It's free to create an account, with optional access to premium forward-looking data. Try it now at MarketSnap.com and invest with clarity, not noise. That's a wrap for today's stock market summary from MarketSnap. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to stick with us for daily updates and deep dive SWOT analyses to keep your investment strategy sharp. Whether you're navigating short-term turbulence or building wealth for the long haul, we've got the insights to help. See you tomorrow.